Okay. I'm glad, but I'm gonna make this shit document. Okay. Alright, so for those that are tapped in or tapped in, like, I'm not trying to make fun of this shit anymore, and I'm starting to realize this shit is real. Especially when we got the news yesterday, Beyonce childhood house burnt down all of a sudden on Christmas Day. And I realized I had this vision slash dream 7 years ago, maybe longer than that. Because, like, I don't look at Beyonce life like that. I know her family knows a lot of shit, like a lot more than what we are capable of knowing. So, like, this title is called the 2024 Prophet. It's like the Hunger Games. Actually, we've been through the same fucking loop each time. I'm just lucky enough to stay awake during it because normally I'll go blackout. I make myself go back under. But as of the past couple of years, as I start to see history kind of repeats itself from the Bible prophecy and then also other prophecies, I kind of start to question my gift or my curse. It's a gift and a curse. Um, yeah, cause like I'm learning to handle my gifts, but at the same time, I want them to kind of go away, but I just can't. It is what it is because I literally dreamt this very exact moment, maybe 5, 6, or 7 years ago, the same type of house being burnt down, and that first window that was being shown more of the where the fire was at in Beyonce house. I felt like that was Beyonce room during that time. And what was eerie about it that I saw a little girl, like a little version girl of Beyonce or myself. I wasn't really sure at that time. When I do be getting these type of vision, I can't really tell whether it be me or somebody else because the energy kind of matches or the energy is one higher than the other, and I can't recycle with what I am envisioning slash feeling at the same time because my clairvoyance has clairsentience and it has other six senses within it, and I'm learning to use it by tapping into myself. And no, I don't have a teacher, which I should. I need one. I need a mentor, honestly. I think we have mentors. It's literally like the Hunger Games. Like the mentors in the Hunger Games are your spirit guides, and then the ones who are in arena or could be the ancestors of another set of ancestors trying to survive in the arena. And this is what the elite chose as this theme every fucking year towards the end of the fucking year. And if you have not noticed, like certain events play a certain movie, like we literally put ourselves in a movie. I think I kind of gave them the idea of that because I learned that on my own through trauma, trying to escape from trauma. So I guess some ways they're learning from me, but I'm like, how the fuck are they watching? They're always watching you. Like even if you think they're not watching you, they're watching. They have people coming into your life, like monitoring you, astral projecting towards you, monitoring your subconscious, what you're feeling, what you're doing, what you're eating, what you're drinking. Like these things are real if you think that they're not. Like a lot of us was chosen. Like this is where we came up with the idea of chosen ones. But it's another terminology for it. Don't get lost by the names because being a chosen one is not exactly what you think it is. You being chosen to give him the gift to see the vision, to see the truth within certain things. It's not about really trying to get a bag or be a leader. Well, in a way, it's about being a leader, but it's not about selling a prophecy or a prophet, you know, or putting fear into somebody else, which a lot of church people constantly do. And we do ourselves as well. A lot of spiritual people tend to put fear in others because they don't want them to tap into what they know. And then those who are spiritual, they try to rip away their power just by being in their energy field. Like, I had so many people in my Taurus field, like, I didn't realize. And it took me some time to clear that shit out. Like, your Taurus field is what connects you from your as above, so below. Is what helps you manifest your reality in you. So, you. Some of the things I do say is kind of recycling off other people's information, but I'm not stealing information. I'm actually programming the information in my mind so I can learn it from my reality. It takes time for me to see um, certain things happen in order for me to process what's happening in my reality. So, yeah, everybody's program is different. So when I saw Beyonce house burnt down, I knew that's all gonna be all up on my feed everywhere if I can go on any social platform. I was like, alright, so this must be like my spirit is telling me she might be losing power, or they all are. And then they try to get people like me, people who are like different, say so-called different, okay, yeah, so-called different. Um, I don't know what it's like. Okay, it's whatever. But and they try to get people to say certain things to create a certain event so that they can have the downfall, the karma that they did through their black or white magic. Because I am tapped into my magic side and I do kind of practice it, but I don't practice it for evil reason. I kind of use it to protect myself and protect others when I feel the need to. But most of the time, I could just chant and pray, and it'll work that way, or visualize. I don't know why, because like now it's like, because if you're tapped into the community, like the witch stuff, like you don't have to like do all that sacrifice anymore. You don't have to like put blood on the fucking wall or like some shit to conjure up your ancestors or conjure up whatever it is that you need to protect you at that moment or somebody else. It's not like that no more. Time is different, and time is gonna continue being different. I'm okay with the criticism. Like I already know y'all gonna tell me I'm fucking weird. I have mental health issues, which I fucking don't. And I told you the only thing I have is ADHD and ADD, which I kind of overcome that myself by myself by working with my ADHD and ADD because it's actually became a superpower. So I already prepared myself for the criticism because I'm kind of like Wednesday. So please remind you, I will bite back. And if you don't like what I have to tell you, then don't say the same shit to me. Like, don't be nice, and I'll be nice. That's all I have to say. If you play nice, I'll play nice. But don't fuck with me, though. And I won't fuck with you. Because at the end of the day, I have to protect myself. It's my life. And everybody been trying to steal my fucking life or my fucking destiny. And I'm like, I don't even know what lies ahead of me yet. And I'm only 28. There's more to what's gonna happen in 2024. Like, especially with the blackout that's still going to occur. Because I had a dream about a little boy holding up a crystal. He was alone. Well, he wasn't really alone. During that time, he was arguing with his dad. I think it was just him and his dad. He was arguing with him. He went outside. He found something that he should not have found. It kind of looked like the Atlantis crystals or the Sumerian crystals. The crystal that power ups technology or used for weaponizing. So now you see where I'm heading with this. So the little boy goes to find the crystal, literally right in the back of his fucking yard. He somehow tapped in based off his sexuality because he was, I guess, that trauma bond between him and his dad, what causes the crystal to really activate was through sexual orgasm. And I'm sorry to say this, I'm putting somebody else's business out because that's what I saw when I was tapped into the ether for like a very long time. You can really get lost when you're tapped in, and it's hard to get unstuck. Being in that quantum realm, which I'm about to speak on next about quantum realms. Some shit is about to happen there. So, I think the little boy might get like sexually, essay, but I don't know who. But I think it was by the father, possibly. So, I guess later on that night, I don't know if it was the next day, but he had on the same clothes, so I'm guessing it was later on that night. Later on that night, he grabbed the crystals, touched it. You can literally hear the crystal make a sound as soon as he touched it. It was like a zip, like, have you ever heard the sound from the zip line when it's wet and you can hear like the little static thing? That's what it kind of sounded like. And then a wave of energy like burst in his room, and you could literally see that energy, and what causes the blackout. And during that time of blackout, everything was frozen. As soon as he had touched that crystal, it was frozen. Reality just stopped for a minute, like pausing on a movie. So next we have SWAT teams coming in, or you want to call them SWAT teams. I couldn't really. I saw that on their badge they had like a star, kind of like looked like the Ishtar, the Babylonian star, and I don't know if that was supposed to scare me because one of the men who was in uniform, I kind of recognized his energy. Well, as soon as I saw that particular star, I was like, don't I know you? Because as I was actually projecting into that vision or that dream, I think he might have saw me. Because I don't look like this when I'm in the astral world. Most people know what I look like. Most people don't. And for those that know, I had to hide myself for a long time because a lot of things was being blamed on me. Like, for example, the Ohio train was not me. Although I do have a part in it, but that really wasn't me. Um, the anti-hero was trying to reverse time. So now we're trying to figure out how to reverse time back. We're getting close. I think I might have found a way, but it's going to have to cause another accident like that in order to reverse time back, or to get all of us back on our timeline. That's another thing that the elite might be doing too, is trying to cause confusion on people's timeline and destiny, so they can steal the people's destiny, so they can time hop or time jump. I call it time hop instead of time jumping, because time jumping, you can jump from one time to time one timeline to another timeline simultaneously, but as a time hop, you just hopping over to the next quantum world that you can truly manifest yourself in. And some of us might be doing that, like we're in the same space, but different time. The time that we have now is fucking illusion. And I've been trying to navigate where we actually are in this dimension. We're supposed to be in the fifth dimension, subconsciously and physically, but I don't know what's happening. Like all of our timeline is so fucked up. Like especially in the TV show Loki, it shows you what's happening towards us when we cross paths of different timelines. You see how Loki kind of like glitches. I literally start seeing myself glitch. I'll try to take a breather moment and be like, where the fuck am I? How did I get here? They trying to come up with names for us, but I don't like the names, so I might have to do that shit for us, or a group of individuals like-minded, like you and me, should come up with these names, because they're trying to put mental behind it when it's just spiritual. And I don't understand, why does everything gotta be spiritual, gotta be mental? Well, I get it, because it all deals with the mind, the subconscious. But anyway, let me tap back into the other story about the crystal and the boy and the SWAT team. So when the SWAT team came in, they took that child too. They took many of us, but that one particular child was a reincarnation of a deity, and he didn't know. And I think he's 14 around this time, but when I had that vision, he was about 7, 8, 9 years old, getting assaulted by his dad or family. But that story's gonna come out later on this year, or in the next year. It's I don't know what he really truly looks like, but once that story does come out, it's gonna be everywhere. I'm gonna be like, well, that's another prophet happening. They're trying to take us away and do experiments of us, because I'm pretty sure a lot of us have vision of us being in the underground military facility, because on my TikTok timeline, that's all they've been showing me is the fucking army base where I saw everything happening. And then once I saw the recruiter, or like whatever the fuck he is, I don't know, and the dude, I was like, holy shit. Because they literally trying to use people like me and him, or other people who have a kind of like a low vibrational or in a low home, being bullied or being misused to cast certain spells to make a certain profit happen. And I didn't realize that they was doing that to me until I got a little bit older. Like, it's scary and it's weird as fuck. Because Cause like I even had a profit of me going towards the elite, killing them all. Like literally, I'm killing them all spiritually, especially their magic. It's not just me. It's other people behind me, and then other entities and deities with behind those people who wants to kind of bring the world to a justice for what they've done to people like me, who so claim the chosen ones. Please don't get caught up in that shit. I'm tired of sticking. I know I'm one of them, but I'm tired of hearing chosen. Can we have a different title? Because that word is just being misused, misled. And when you're really being chosen, you're being chosen by your ancestors, you're being chosen by the people around you in your reality, other spirits, other entities, deities, to give you a gift. And once you ignore that gift and you ignore everything that they give you, they put you on a hell loop until you learn to escape, and then you really truly become the scapegoat. You have no choice but to accept and tap in. But I still get called weird. I still get called all these fucking names. It bothers me. It bothers my mundane side, not my goddess side. My mundane side is like, I guess it still incarnates on the goddess side, because my mundane side wouldn't say this shit. It wouldn't say disrespectful things to them, you know. I don't know. But yeah. So again, I tap in, I tap out. Please understand the energy, why I'm still new to it, why I do what I do. And then also tapping in, tapping up keeps me from being emotional as well, because I'm an emotional bitch. Like, nah. Because I don't like this shit. I really don't. I don't like how they chose this time now to try to make the prophecy happen. But why? Why 2024? Because it's the year of 8. 8 deals with Saturn. Okay, now I'm trying to put it together who's associated with Saturn, like Diana and them. Also, Ishtar, she's associated with Saturn. 8. Whoa. Okay, never mind. Because, like, I mean, still, that's part of it, but, like, if you think about it, the 8 has the 8. You know, on Saturn, they have the little shape on top of its, like, ice thing. Okay, but, because, you know, on Spider-Man, they use that same, it's a portal. They're trying to open up another. They're dumb. I'm sorry. They think that this portal is about to happen in 2024. Is the rise of the fall of the fallen angels coming back? This is what all this shit is about. At first it was about the Antichrist, but she's not an Antichrist. She's an anti-hero now. Not me. I'm not that. I mean, we all symbolize the Antichrist, but anyway. So, like, the SWAT team, like, took this little boy. Took a bunch of people. What they did with these group of individuals, they did experiments on. Some was sexual, some was, like, for the body, more than for the mind, at first. But then they went on to the mind by programming them. So, as I kept tapping into this vision, I kept seeing, okay, I saw that most of them was in a room individually, like the kids that were taken, and there were some adults too. Like, I saw a couple adults, not from the children that was taken, but different types of adults, like maybe like 20 in their late 20s, and some were pregnant women, and some were male. So they grabbed the pregnant women. The males, I didn't know what they had special on them. I couldn't quite see just quite yet on them, but each one of them was like in their rooms, like strapped up in an asylum home, or not an asylum home, but like in a nut house. I don't know what it's called. And they were just strapped up in their minds. Well, yeah, they were strapped up in their minds. When I was entering the building, it felt kind of eerie, like a trap type of situation. One of them I kind of recognized the kid. The kid, the one that holds the crystal, I recognized him. He was in the far end of the room. It was like a long room, like a long hallway, and each side had rooms. So, yeah, each side had rooms, and then when I got down towards the end of the hallway, I saw the little boy. He was just like, he was the only one not tied up. He was looking hysterical, like that clown face he had, just looking at me. But I clearly did not try to put my physical body there for them to see it, because I'm still practicing that. But I don't know how the boy saw me, because he came up to the window all fast like a fucking vampire, like, I see you, with the clown face on. And then I backed up for a minute, and I was like, oh shit. So then the alarms came on, because I guess I tried to help him and many others escape. But I don't know if I did that successfully, because it was a lot of sirens coming out, like coming on, like a lot of sirens. And then I know when you're in that realm, when sirens come on, like that, something mean outside of you in another realm, something particularly happened simultaneously in that timeline together. So I knew that. That's when the fucking Beyonce shit came on. So that's what's part of the shit. Like, oh, fuck. I was like, no. I was like, how did I access this timeline? And I can't even be in Beyonce's space, like, when I asked to reject her. Sometimes she allows me in because she knows who I am. She used to torture the fuck out of me too, with her mind. But, and that's for another topic. Unless y'all want to hear about it. How celebrities can torture you with their minds if you allow them in your space. That's with anybody, not just celebrities. Everybody does that shit. Even I do it. I just learned to stay quiet about it and pretend like nothing happened, which is bad, which caused me trauma. It caused me not to open up to a lot of people who knows about this stuff. I'm making up for it. But yeah, so I try to help them escape. So I don't know if that was successful or not. And then another prophet I had was about the fucking flood. Everybody keeps having that same flood dream too. But really, it's not a prophet. It's actually a memory of Atlantis. What happened to Atlantis? That's why I'm in Atlanta. Sometimes I have to remind myself how I got here. Well, I didn't get here. I didn't put myself here. My parents did. But I've tapped into my parents' subconscious before. Well, my mother, I think she was from Lumerians, and then my father was Sumerian. One of them was Draconian and one of them was Nephilim. But I'm a Nephilim child. So I have Draconian teachings, but I'm also a Nephilim. I just figured that out. It took me a minute. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be both. There's not a few of us who are both Draconian and Nephilim. And the way to figure that out, just look at your reality. Just look at it, because it's easy to tell who's a Draconian, who's a Nephilim now. They don't even try to hide themselves, especially Draconians. But they scare me the most. Draconian scares me. And I'm like, especially when they get angry. I'm like, calm down. I try to calm down their giants in them and their dragons in them. Yeah. And I also figure out certain celebrities who are Draconians and Nephilim. Boy, Drake's son, Adonis, I've been studying him like crazy. That kid is he's weird, but he's a genius at the same time. And then Drake is a Draconian, that's why his name's Drake. But his son is both. But then he named his son after Aphrodite, I guess, Lover. I don't fucking know who he is. But, yeah, and he looks exactly like, it's fucking weird how they reincarnate like that. Like, they kept their same image and spirit. Like, well, the elite, what the fuck are y'all doing? We're supposed to move forward, not go backwards. That's why I went back to my past to go forward. That's the only way. Just like any other place you go to, you gotta go backwards, not to go forward. If you go forward, you might miss some shit. The reason why not a lot of people are able to access their past. And that's what's going to be happening in 2024. A lot of access is going to be closed, like how it was this year and last year. But there's not going to be a reset for us. I broke that, so you're welcome. I broke that shit. I said, no, I'm not getting reset on anything. Not even them. They need to know. I'm tired of hitting this shit. Or hiding this shit. It needs to be exposed. Like, now it's time. But I'm tired of being quiet about it. And they try to keep me quiet for a long time. Remind me I'm 28. I look fucking young. Cause like these elites is just like stealing other people's destiny, and I'm one of them. But I learned how to steal destiny because of them. But instead of me stealing, I kind of help them, guide them to their destiny, or like open up their destiny and protect their destiny instead of taking. I used to, but then every time I did that, I kind of see what worked and what didn't, and I was like, okay, I'm just exploring. And it's not a bad thing to explore yourself, to explore your own power. You might get scared of you, which I was scared of myself for a very long time. One moment I was hectic, one moment I was little, one moment I was like all of these things that claimed to be dark, but they was actually light in the end. Cause like the elite, they're playing with some dark. Well, there is no magic. They're trying to because I'm like there is none. And I see them trying to do their rituals every fucking day, and I'm like, bro, just stop. Time is fucking up for you. I'm like, you can't try to play God and be God. You really can't. I mean, some people can, some people can't. It's just, it's complicated because I'm still kind of in my Christianity belief also, and I'm partially Catholic, but I can't be both. So I tell people I'm Catholic, which I am, because I still believe that there's a God, like there's a Jesus. You know, I believe in Mary, but I gotta believe in myself. But I'm stripping away from what I know from that reality too. And it's taken me a little bit of time, longer time than usual. But yeah. I just woke up too and I'm not going back to sleep. Like, bye. Because I keep, every time I go to sleep, I keep having fucking visions and I don't know how to really come up here and say what I saw if nobody else is not tapped in with me. Because it's better when somebody else is tapped in. Like, I talked with my friend who was the Antichrist, now the anti-hero. Congratulations. But me and her, we talk about it all the fucking time. We're thinking about doing a video together to help bring the light of the situation because we're both light bringers. So, yeah. So be on the lookout for more prophecies coming because please be mindful of your mind. Oh my god, I can't say this shit enough. Be mindful of your subconscious. Don't think anything negative. And if you don't want nobody to go inside of your mind, just put a recording memory loop on a loop. That's what I do. It's easy. It's easy to control your mind and thoughts. You don't have to fucking podcast it out to every fucking body. Unless you want to. And for those who be tapping into my subconscious, I'm sorry for the shit that you have to see. It's very sexual. I have to keep it that way in order for y'all to not really see what's going on behind it. Distract y'all from what I'm doing in the ether or like in the astral because I don't want nobody else fucking it up more than when I'm already fucking it up. I'm like, let me fix it. Because those who are really tapped in, you know I fucking destroyed this shit. And now I'm like trying to rebuild it back up. And I'm kind of missing certain puzzles. Because I can't even access a certain door that I want access to. Like, it's not letting me in. Now I'm constantly banging on it. So yeah, I might hear a knock every time I go to sleep. That's just me, sorry. Or you might see me pop up in your dreams. I have to go through everybody's subconscious in order to access this shit. But just know that my energy is welcome, is wholesome at times. But when my realities, sometimes my energy might match my reality. I say something, I argue with somebody, or like, you know, or you know, I'm stressed out. I kind of like go in the astral world and do a lot of shit there to a lot of people. But I'm making up for it. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna expose myself first, just before anybody else exposes me. I'm like, don't speak for me. I speak on my behalf. I will say nothing but the truth. And even if it makes me look bad of a person or makes me look evil, it's just not energy. I can't be scared of it anymore. I really can't. But yeah, there's gonna be a lot of prophecy going to happen in the beginning of 2024. There is not gonna be a reset for us. None of us. Um, just enjoy your journey. Just enjoy this. Grab your popcorn, grab your liquorices, your liquid, your candy. I was like, what the fuck am I trying to say? Grab your candy and welcome to the Hunger Games, cause this shit about to get lit as fuck. And then those who are coming into their spiritual awakening as of this moment, I literally just got my serpent like around November 24, exactly at 8 o'clock, 8:32. I had a vision of my serpent, so it was funny. It wasn't funny, but it was funny a little bit. But like, I was like, I did not expect that shit. Because my serpent literally came up as a snake and had his mouth open when he came at me, like, and just grabbed me. I was like, God damn. So before that moment, I was feeling all kinds of weird shit. I was like, I was feeling angry, I was feeling upset. And then after my serpent, I started to realize more shit. So I might talk about that on the next video. But until then, I'll see y'all. Peace. Love and light.